Donald Trump is once again telling tall tales about his son Barron. But is social media finally getting frustrated with the lengths Donald will go to avoid opening up about his youngest child? Donald Trump's relationships with his family members, including his wife Melania and his kids, Don Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany, have made headlines for years now. But the same can't be said about his youngest child, Barron Trump, the only Trump we know barely anything about. That's largely because of the significant age difference between Barron and the rest of his siblings, as he was still in school while the older Trump kids were supporting their dad while he was in the White House. Barron was barely a teen when his father was elected. In a recent interview with the Moms for America podcast, Donald was asked about Melania but quickly changed the subject to Barron. A perfect opportunity for the former president to open up about his relationship with his 17-year-old son, right?
How is Melania?
She's great. She's doing a tremendous job with my son, who's a fantastic guy.
So far, so good, but Donald couldn't help but pivot to his standard Barron talking points.
He's a good tall guy, too, very tall.
How tall is he now?
I'd say 6'8".
Oh my goodness.
So he's up there, right?
But it was his next comment about Barron that had many viewers scratching their heads.
He's a great young man, and he's a very good student. And I think he's doing a good job, Barron. I think he's doing a very good job.
The reaction that Donald's comments got on X, formerly Twitter, is exactly what you'd expect, with a lot of social media users suggesting the former president sounded like he was talking more about a former employee than a son. Some also focused on Donald's seeming fixation with Barron's height. One commenter said, "I'd say that means he has no relationship with his son except as a tax write-off." Another person posted, "I have never seen him engaged in any activity with Barron whatsoever, other than walking into a dinner with him and Melania, not even golf." Donald's height difference with Barron is a rumored source of tension, as the former president allegedly doesn't want to be seen with his son towering over him.
He never lets himself be in a photograph with someone taller than he is.
But Donald probably doesn't have to worry about that too much, given that Melania has been doing everything she can to keep Barron out of the spotlight. With Barron's privacy so heavily guarded, it's no wonder his father is always shocked to see how much he's grown.
He's very tall.
He is tall. How tall is he?
About 6'8", and he's a good kid.
Of course, Barron's real height, along with his father's, seems to be a mystery. While Donald claims that Barron stands at 6 feet 8 inches tall, his official height has not been disclosed. Back in 2021, Donald proudly noted his youngest son's height while speaking to a crowd in North Carolina.
Barron is 6'7". You believe it? And he's 15.
As a growing teen, there's a strong possibility that he might have added an extra inch since then. Also, being tall seems to be a strong Trump family gene, as Barron's sister, Ivanka, is reportedly 5'11 inches, with her daughter Arabella quickly catching up to the rest of the family too. As far as Donald's height and weight, both the Washington Post and New York Magazine clock him in at 6 feet 3 inches tall and 215 pounds. His height was listed at 6 feet 2 inches when he was indicted for charges involving hush money payments in April 2023.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Even former First Lady Melania's height has been called into question, as Business Insider lists her at 5'11 inches, while sites like Celebrity Heights have her a little under 5'10. But a good pair of heels can make all the difference in the world.